Let's look at one verse, the pitch versus the reality. The pitch was there's going to be drastic deportations of millions of people and all that stuff, starting with the hardened criminals and the people that we know are in this and blah, 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 blah. And that was the way it was supposed to be. That was the only way it was supposed to be. And then they were supposed to reassess and go from there, which basically I was all right with, as a blue Lulu to the soul. I was all right with that thought. Not the way it happened. Like Trump, everything he does should be done differently if the true goal is what it's stated to be. The problem is, the reason is that nothing really is counted as the way it's supposed to be, and it doesn't matter if it actually works, is because the announcement of it and the buildup of it and the press around it and all the drama and the side show possibilities are all that matters. Because that distraction keeps people from recognizing things like, we're partnering with Benjamin Netanyahu and going to war with all these countries. And, he's signing all these regulations that basically give free rein to the cryptocurrency world, where, just ironically enough, this year alone, January 1st, he launched the Melania meme coin that made $36 million in one day. They sold 36 million of it to some guy that had some federal indictment with the SEC that ended up getting released and had that dinner, that crypto dinner. But anyway, yeah, that guy. Yeah, all of that. Let's look at how it's supposed to be. Is immigration going the way it should be? No. LA looks like a war zone. Now they're dropping military into Texas and places like that. Yeah, really? Now the Republicans are talking about gerrymandering more so they can get another 5 Congress people out of Texas. So, of course, finally, the Democrats have the balls and they're sticking up. And Gavin Newsom said, well, that's fine. We could do that and get 8. Checkmate. Go for it. And then Trump today said, well, we're thinking about doing it with all the states. So Democrats, do all the states. Checkmate. Beat them at the game. File them anyway. Do it anyway. Quick. Because they want to do it by 2026. If it adds 200 Congress people, good. It adds 200 Congress people. My suggestion is everything perfectly like a grid, like New York City. That would solve all the friggin' problems. A true representation of the states. Can't have that. So, ladies and gentlemen, what part of this are you okay with? He went to the FIFA soccer championship game with Chelsea, who won. He literally stole not just the actual trophy, so the team had to use a replica, but every single player, he insisted on making sure he was the one that put the medals on everybody's neck, except one he just had a conversation with and distracted him and walked away with his medal still in his hand, and then he slipped it into his pocket. That's the President of the United States doing this in our name in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where I have very fond memories being a Jersey boy, seeing the World Cup with Pele. I think it was in the 70s. Yeah, I'm old. Anyway, what part of anything he's done do you actually not see through if all you have to do is look? What's the difficulty here? Nothing better than the sounds of a red-tailed hawk, Bob Marley. Ladies and gentlemen, America is a great country. We happen to have a lot of problems, but we got people all over this world that have our backs and that want us to be back to, the America we're supposed to be and better. So let's work on that. Stand united, stand strong, stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We are all in this together. But we got this.